So the reason why people be so-called demonizing meditation and yoga, first of all, I want y'all to think about this. Yoga, first of all, means union. So it's union with oneself. And you're basically just breathing and stretching. So, one, think about that. How the heck can yoga be demonic? Two is meditation. All you're doing is you're breathing and you're closing your eyes and you're being with yourself, talking to God, praying, and possibly sitting there and waiting for an answer. For some of y'all don't even sit and wait for answers, and that's why a lot of y'all be like, so, well, God don't be answering my prayers. But you don't give God time enough to even answer anything, because you pray for what you want and then you just get up and leave like it's nothing. So anyways, but there's people that talks about meditation saying like, oh, meditation is evil, this and that, da, 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 da. Meditation is not evil. Meditation brings up to the surface what is already dormant within. So if you have some bad flaws, some negative trauma, whatever that has not been dealt with, has not been healed, then that is why you're having the experience that you're having. It's not the meditation that is evil. It's what your mind perceives to be evil. It's your fears. It's your traumas. Your fears and traumas will make a form of something that is beyond the human understanding, in which the natural human would be like, oh, that's some scary demonic ass shit because I just saw the devil, or I just saw this weird demon looking thing, and really it's just a fear that has formed itself into something of your own mind's perception. Whatever you might have picked up from watching movies, or whatever you might have been taught down in your childhood on up and everything, and what you believe, or whatever the case is. And also, there's also other things where you might be caught up in some stuff that you ain't had no business being caught up in, and somebody might have did something on you, or you might have just got into some stuff that you ain't had no idea what the heck you was doing. You was just doing it because it was a trend and stuff. And so those are like things that can kind of play into that. But it's not the meditation that's evil, honeys. It is your own mind's perception and how it forms. It's how your mind perceives and forms things. I might not be saying the right word right now because it's an actual word that I'm looking for, but I can't find the word right now. But anyways, but yeah, so it is your mind and how it, basically forms stuff. And that is why it comes off looking somewhat what some may deem demonic or evil or whatever the case is. Because first of all, one thing that you have to know is that having when you was growing up and stuff, like speaking on the surface here, have you been told that like the devil can't really hurt you? The devil can't do nothing. The devil only gets to you through your mind, right? So if you're meditating and you're going into a dark place and everything, the devil only can tempt you in certain ways, but it can't harm you. So it's all about your own mind. And if you're in a lower consciousness of your mind, then that's what your brain is going to perceive. And it's also about you being able, like those things, when things like that comes up, that is a form of also shadow work, which means that there's something within you that you might need to work out within yourself. Something that you need to heal within yourself. It could be any type of fears, limited beliefs, any type of, traumas, anything that is of the darkness, devilish, demonic, that you may deem darkness, whatever. Like, it can be something like that, that means that it's coming to the surface and it's calling out for attention for you to attend to it so that you can heal that part of you. That way, meaning you tap into your light consciousness, your Christ consciousness, which is what you do when it was this person, and I'm just speaking off of the experience of the person that actually said something like this, that the meditation was evil and stuff. She went into a dark hole and she saw the devil, but then she started calling on Jesus' name, and that's how she got out. Jesus is us. Christ is a title, which means enlightenment. Therefore, that is the light. So when you enter the darkness and you see the darkness, you are seeing your own fears and traumas that needs to be addressed, meaning you need to heal that. It's calling your attention to heal it. And then what you need to do when you're calling yourself out of it, once you start calling on Jesus' name, that means that you are calling on your higher self, your Christ light. So you are then tapping into your higher self, your Christ consciousness mind, to pull you out of the depths of that hole, because you don't want to see that. You don't want to face it. And so that is something that is also a learning lesson, meaning that if you see that and it's your first time meditating and you see some stuff like that, that means that you come up out of it. That means you need to learn how to breathe. You need to learn how to protect yourself with prayer. You need to also learn how to start taking, either you might need to take accountability for something, because it could be something that you did. It could be something that learn how to forgive. It could be something that somebody else did. You have to be able to learn to forgive others, not for them, but for yourself. Because when you forgive others, you also heal yourself. And when you do these type of things, you also heal the old generational, what they call curses and stuff. You heal your ancestors as well, because you have ancestors where people say that, oh no, you talking to your ancestors, that's some demonic stuff, you're talking to demons. No, sometimes you have ancestors that are troubled ancestors, meaning they could not find their way to the light, and so they kind of cause trouble because they're lost. But when you start doing healing for yourself, you heal them and you bring them to that light, and therefore now you start to feel more light. You start to feel lighter within your body, within your mind, clearer in your mind. All of those things, everything has to do with your own perception and mindset, and you just have to be able to reprogram it, reverse it. You have the power to do this. Nothing and no one is holding you back from transforming yourself. All right. Peace, love, and light. Love you. Bye.